podcast. My name is Erica and this is Brandy.
Hey guys.
If you guys are joining us for the first time, our podcast is focused on providing underserved and underprivileged communities, particularly communities of color, with the information and tools to improve their dental health care experience.
Yep.
All right. So last week we were still on our restorative dental care series, and we discussed partial dentures. So in regards to that, Brandy covered a lot of things, and I asked a lot of questions. What are partial dentures? What preparation is needed for them prior to beginning the process? What do dentists recommend for partial dentures? What's the process, and what's the timeline start to finish? And if you watched our previous episode, you've got all those details. So episode 2, we're going to talk about, number 1, Brandy, how do you care for the partial dentures once you get them?
Good question, Erica, because it's really important that you keep them in tip-top shape because they're costly. And, you want to look your best and also feel your best. So first, you want to make sure that you try your best not to drop them. So when they are not inside your mouth, you should keep them in a case. They can break if you drop them. So you can probably imagine that the area that is supposed to be the tooth, it's made out of acrylic. So if it falls on a hard surface, it could definitely break. And then once they're broken, you're going to pay for them now. So if your insurance covered them for you, they're not going to cover another set if you break them, unless it's been like 5 years or so. Okay, so now you also want to make sure you keep them clean. So they have special cleaner for dentures and partial dentures that you can soak the dentures, Erica, and that's probably what you've seen in your grandparents' case where they had it in soaking in something special to keep them clean. But you can also, because they get plaque on them just like regular teeth, especially since you'll be eating with them in place, which you should be eating with them in place. If they're not comfortable enough to do that, then you need to have them adjusted, but you should be eating with them. And you can brush with a soft bristle toothbrush, preferably extra soft or soft. And sometimes you can find denture brushes that you can find at the CVS or Walmart or Target or pharmacy as well. But you do want to keep them clean. Always soak them overnight. Also, you do not want to force the partials into place. If you feel like you can't get them in unless you're really pushing or they're getting stuck, then they need to be adjusted and you need to go back and visit the dentist because they should come in and out comfortably. So they're going to seat and sit very sturdy inside your mouth. They shouldn't wiggle or wobble around, but they should not be super hard to take out. You should be able to get them out pretty easily. And I would say, lastly, you want to make sure you take care of your teeth that are still your natural teeth, your healthy teeth, the teeth that are anchor teeth to the partial, because those teeth are the only way your partial is going to work. As long as those stay strong, healthy, and sturdy, then your partial will work best. So, take care of your teeth, get your cleanings, floss, brush. Use a water pick if you have one, but really just take care of your oral hygiene because those teeth are going to be, the supporting structure for the partial denture.
No. What are the pros concerning partial dentures?
Okay, so I made a little list, so let me refer.
I'm really interested because remember last episode, I was like, well, what's the difference between getting that and the bridge?
Yes.
But then you can take it out and then you don't have to worry about what's underneath, right? Boom.
Yeah, there you go. So there you go, Erica. That's a pro. Didn't have that on my list, but that's a pro. I mean, that's a pro and a con. It could be both. It could be both.
Both. Because if you lose it, or I'm sorry, go ahead. Say what you gotta say. No. I'm just thinking out loud and I'm like, oh, you know what? This is why I gotta use this water pick because I don't know what the heck's going on. And that spreader thing you talked about. Oh my God. But yeah, it's the pros and the cons. Go ahead. Go talk about the pros. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Okay. So the pros are, of course, number one, it's replacing the missing teeth so that, number one, you keep your teeth that are in place from shifting. When you have missing teeth, your remaining teeth will shift. Teeth like to have a partner. They like to butt up against each other. They need one another to function. So If you have a missing tooth below a tooth, then you're not using the tooth above it because there's nothing there. So you need those teeth to grind. So teeth will shift until they hit something. So if you're missing a tooth on the bottom and you got one above it, it's going to shift until it hits your jaw. And the same thing on the bottom. If you're missing a tooth on the bottom, and I'm sorry, if you're missing a tooth on the top, the bottom one will shift all the way up. It will defy gravity and shift until it touches the top jaw. And teeth that are beside each other will shift into each other. So if there's a tooth missing between two teeth, they'll shift until they're touching. So the partial denture will keep teeth from shifting. It'll keep them straight and in place. So that's one important thing. The other thing is it's going to restore function. So you'll be able to chew your food a lot better than if you were missing those teeth, especially if it's replacing molar teeth, which are used for chewing and grinding and pulverizing food. And you just want to make sure that it's fitting well so that when you're chewing, it doesn't move and it's not wobbling around. So it will definitely restore function. Also, it'll give you better digestion. So your mouth is the first place you digest food. So if you're chewing properly, then your digestion is going to be way better than if you're chewing food and swallowing it before it's completely chewed, which it's going to improve aesthetics. So it's going to make you look better. You're not going to be missing any teeth, not going to be having an unsightly smile because we want it to look good. What else, Erica? Why are you laughing at unsightly?
Well, I mean, I'm not. Well, okay, like I was saying, like, okay, yes, you don't want to have an unsightly smile,
No, you don't.
but okay, and then it might be a cost difference. But like I said, I don't know. We'll find out though.
Yeah,
And
we're gonna get to that.
we'll find out. That might be, a pro once we get to that. But
correct. Mm-hmm.
I definitely feel like, dang, I wish I would have got this partial denture. But then it's like, if you're young and you're dating, and then you got to take your denture out, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's a con.
That's a con.
That's a major con, in my opinion. Like that's funny, but I got a couple more pros here that I have on the list.
Sorry.
So there's one good thing. So like, say you already have a partial denture, if for some reason you lose another tooth, or you have to have another tooth pulled, you can add that tooth to the existing partial denture. So they'll take a new impression, they'll send it off to the lab. This usually only takes a few days. You have to like leave it at your dentist, they'll send it to the lab, and you usually get it back within a day or two with that tooth, so that now you're not missing that tooth. And then I think I kind of mentioned in last episode that the partial can be made, the part that clips onto your teeth can be made out of acrylic or metal. So metal clips or acrylic. The acrylic is going to look like your gum tissue, and it can be made to look exactly like your tooth color and your gum tissue color, like we talked about last episode, Erica, with the melanin. If you have darker gums, it can be made to look like you. So it doesn't look misplaced or mismatched.
And be careful before you change meaning your teeth color, your permanent teeth color, or your gums.
Yeah.
Because then you're going to have to do this whole thing over again. And that's probably going to cost you changing.
Yeah. So like if you're going to do any of those things, do them prior to having the partial denture made.
Because it's going to cost you more money.
And Erica, we have come now to the cons.
Cons I kind of put out there a little bit, but I'm sure there are more.
Yes. So, all right. The first thing is anchor teeth can become loose or decayed over time. So those are your natural teeth. The teeth that the partial clips onto can become loose. They can have cavities because of where the partial sits, the clasp, taking it on, taking it off, taking it on, taking it off, chewing with it. And over time, those anchor teeth can become loose. So that's a major con. So you just have to kind of do your best with it. That comes with the territory with a partial denture. There's not really much you can do about it. The other one is metal framework. So I know, Erica, we were talking about this earlier, but that can be a con for people because sometimes you can see the metal clasps that are attached to the natural tooth when someone smiles. So that can be a con. And if you don't want that, you can always get the acrylic version as well. Sometimes there's a cost discrepancy with insurance. Of course, like with anything else, insurance may cover the metal framework fully and may not fully cover the acrylic. So you just have to check with your insurance and you'll figure that out. It can take up to 8 weeks to fabricate. Like we said in the first video, that can be a con because you're going to wait 2 months to have this, this device. Several visits before the partial is delivered. So you're going to go like between 3 to 5 times for visits to have like different things done. And then you may have subsequent visits after you have the final partial just to have it adjusted. And it can take days to weeks before they get it adjusted to where you feel comfortable wearing it, chewing with it and such. So that's a con. And what you mentioned, Erica, it's removable. I put that as a con.
So it's not cute. And let's be honest, like it's always aligned with being older. Like, the denture grip commercial, like it's just not not
it has
sexy.
a negative connotation.
It's not sexy. Like,
and like you were saying, so like, if you're dating or because I have a lot of people whose husbands and wives don't know that each other wear dentures. And they'll be like, I won't be called dead. I sleep with mine which is not good. You shouldn't sleep with it because they don't want the husband to know or the wife to know that they have these.
I'm the kind of you gonna see all of this from the rooter to the tutor. You gonna know.
Not rooter to the tutor.
Because I just don't have the time. Especially, I'm tired. Okay, I don't got the time, especially at this age. Okay, like no.
I mean, you don't. You gotta
this is
be
what's going on. But that's why I
Yeah.
wouldn't get it, because I wouldn't want
You wouldn't want
not to shade anybody. This is my own personal opinion. I'm just saying, in my lifestyle, that doesn't work. That's probably why I have a bridge. I wasn't offered the denture because I was young.
You don't need it either. For one tooth, there's no real reason to wear.
I guess you're right about that too.
It's not really a viable option to be like, oh, you're missing a tooth. Why don't you get a partial denture? I mean, you can take one. It's called a flipper. You can, but you could lose it very easy. Like there's cons to it. So the removable thing is a con. Like you said, the only good thing, Erica, is that you can clean underneath of it, but you can clean underneath of a bridge extremely effectively. You just have to know how to do it. So I'm going to make a little video doing that so that
I brought up a whole new thing because I was like, a what and a what? Because I know. So, dang.
Yes. So I think that was it. Yeah, I think that was it. The pros and the cons.
Yeah, I couldn't be dating, and I couldn't be dating older and be like, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's on your situation and the person you're with, if they're understanding, or maybe they got one too. You know what I'm saying? It all depends. It all depends on your situation. Because like I'm sitting here saying, they got to take me as I am, but then I'm like, 52 fake out, or like 90 days, I'm giving my representative, and then I'll be like, by the way,
this is what it is.
It's like what's that other movie? I Would Get You Sucker with Tisha Campbell. Was it? No, not Tisha Campbell. Anne-Marie Johnson. And she was like, bah, 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 bah.
Let's talk about Anne-Marie Johnson, because Christian be mad because I like Anne-Marie Johnson.
You do? She was on Girlfriend. She always playing that, just like when she was at Mo Money, and she was like, whatchamacallit, with Denise's husband. What was his name? Michael Phillips. I forgot his name. Phillips something.
Well, I watched In the Heat of the Night all the time.
She was in that too, right?
She did good. Like, she was acting for real in that, and he's like, "Why do you think she's a good actress?"
I feel like I loved her. What's happening now? She was great in that.
Not what's happening now. Like, I love her.
Yes, remember when she did that dance with them guys was on this?
Christian, this is for you. It's all about Anne-Marie Johnson on this whole podcast.
Remember when finally we're at it? How much is it gonna cost? And does insurance cover it?
Yes. Okay. So pretty much your insurance will cover it. So like I said earlier, the insurance should cover for certain the metal class partial. You may have a bit of a discrepancy with cost with the acrylic partial, and you may not. Some insurances cover both fully for the most part. But it can cost up to $2,000 for a partial, and sometimes it's less. So it just depends on the office, and it depends on the fees from your insurance. A lot of times, the office will take the fee from your insurance company and use that to charge you. So, for instance, just say your insurance company contract with that office $850 for a partial, and just say they're not covering it for you. Your doctor's office or dentist office will use that fee of $850, and then that'll be your fee. So it just will depend on your insurance and the office you go to. If you don't have insurance, though, you can pay out of pocket as much as $2,000, just depending on the fee of the office.
All right, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. If you want to see our episodes, please go to our website, toothbetoldpodcast.com. It has links to all of our socials. And you can check out all the YouTube, Instagram. Until next time.
Yep. You guys take care. Have a good day.
All right. Bye.
Bye.